In Houston, foundation issues are very common. So if you do have a foundation issue, if you suspect one, don't feel like the Lone Ranger. This is pretty typical for this part of the country, correct?
It is, yes, yeah, for sure. Yeah, we see foundation issues quite often.
And what parts of town are more susceptible to foundation issues?
Yeah, that's a great question. A lot of people don't even know to ask that. So when we go and we do inspections in the like in the energy corridor off of like Briar Forest, all the way really from Highway 6 to the Beltway, we find homes that one either need foundation repair or they've already had it. It's just an area through there that I guess the soils are really bad. It's even evident by the roads. You know, you drive up and down Briar Forest or Kirkwood. Heck, you need a four-wheel drive truck to drive down them anymore because the roads are so chopped up. But it affects the foundations as well. And when you get down to Bel Air and Meyerland and some of those areas over there too, we tend to find a lot of foundation issues there as well.
I was going to say some of the older neighborhoods there because they've been there so long. Are
Right.
foundations now done any differently than they were, say, 20, 30, 40 years ago?
Oh, for sure, they're a lot different today. When those foundations in Bel Air and some of those older neighborhoods, and even that stuff there in the energy corridor, were built mainly with rebar, and that rebar just doesn't really move. It's not very flexible. But today they use post-tension cables, and those post-tension cables really allow that foundation to move and flex a little bit with the differences in moisture in the ground and things like that as houses are raising and heaving and things like that, and different moisture, different times of the year, it allows them to flex a little bit. And it's really, really improved our foundations.
What are the typical signs for foundation issues? If you see these things, you probably should need to check into it.
Yeah, so just to really get it down to an elementary level, the first thing I like to do is walk into a house and I walk in and I shut a door. And I want to see how the door fits in the frame. If it's an even gap all the way around, that is the easiest way to tell what's going on with the foundation. And you need to look at a door that's facing this way. Then you need to look at a door that's facing this way because it's depending on how it's done. So you need to find a door that's got it's 90 degrees from each other. But we just walk in, shut doors, and look and see how they fit in the frame. And that's the most elementary way if you're ever showing a house or looking at a house to tell. Now there's lots of signs that you can see that show that there's some foundation issues as well, but that's probably the easiest way, just to walk in and see what's going on with the foundation.
And if it shuts evenly, then you're in pretty good shape.
Pretty much, yeah. And you need to make sure too that sometimes they'll if they don't shut evenly, you'll see people that'll cut the doors on the tops and on the sides and things like that to make them close. So just kind of look at that too and see if you can see where there's been any kind of jagged saw marks or things like that. But the obviously cracks in drywall and cracks in tile and those sorts of things also are, and separation of crown moldings and things like that are obvious signs that everyone looks for. The one sign that people see a lot that they panic, and it's really not that big of a sign, is exterior brick cracking. You got to imagine you've got this really long brick wall that goes down the side of the house, and as these foundations are moving and flexing a little bit, that brick doesn't have any way to move and flex with the foundation, so it sometimes causes cracks. So sometimes we see foundations that are fine, but they'll have some exterior brick cracking. So.
What are some prevention things people can do to stop issues?
Sure. Excessive moisture is probably one of the biggest ones. Maintaining a certain level of moisture all the way around the foundation is really, really important. If you water your front yard and your front yard's beautiful, it's really, really lush, and your backyard's dry as a bone, the soil will actually sink a little bit in the back of your house, where all that moisture in the soil in the front of your house will cause that soil to expand, and so it can cause your house to tilt. Of course, having trees too close to your house and making sure you don't have anything underground going on with plumbing and things like that, and that's where sewer cameras are really important, and doing that during the inspection process.
Watering the foundation evenly, routinely, where is the industry on that now? Is that a good thing?
It's kind of wasteful, I think. It sounded like a great program, and I'm sure there's other people that have different opinions. But the way foundations are really designed today, it's really not necessary. It's just I think the industry standard today is It's more important to have even levels of moisture around the whole entire foundation than opposed to actually watering your foundation.
If you do suspect a foundation issue because of some of the signs you mentioned, who's your first call to?
Are you referring during the buying process, or
No,
someone
just
living in a home?
if you're living in a home, you're not selling, but you're concerned that you have
Right.
a foundation issue.
You could call an inspector. That's probably gonna incur a fee, right, to have an inspector go out and take a look at it. But you're going to get a good third party independent review because I don't own a foundation company. So when I go out there, I'm going to give you my best my best judgment as to what's going on with it. Your other choice, and really the only other choice, would be to get a hold of a foundation company. And when a foundation company comes out to look at your foundation, the person who's coming out to look at it is a salesperson for that company, and he gets paid off of the amount of foundations he repairs. So it's just not really a third party review really at that point.
Chris, thanks for your time.
Oh yeah, no problem. Thank you.